but the other browsers are quite competitive. It's more the Chrome, the Safari are more competitive. They are from the WebKit family. Firefox has been doing a great job in the recent years. Then you have the Opera, but Microsoft Explorer is going to give you the most headache when it comes to stylings, because the reason behind is that when web developers are designing pages, I mean web designers perhaps, so the designers, when they provide styling with CSS for pages, the page will be rendered out in different ways among the browsers, but you will find similarities among all of these major four browsers that you can see: the Google Chrome, Opera, Apple's Safari, then the Mozilla Firefox. But the most, what can I say, the most notorious, obviously, but the the major differences will be found when you try to render out all your stylings on Internet Explorer, because Internet Explorer has a different way of representing your web pages than all of these websites. So basically, you will find all of these browsers come for free. You'll find Safari for Mac and Windows. It's provided by Apple. If you're on a MacBook, you don't even need to download. It's shipped with all. You'll find Safari shipped with all of Apple's products, and you can freely download Google Chrome. It runs on Linux, Windows, and Mac. And for Opera too, it also runs on Linux, all the major platforms, Windows, Mac, and Linux. And the Internet Explorer is only capable of running inside a Windows system, so you won't be able to find other capabilities of it inside other operating systems like Mac or Linux. Yeah, so let me show you where you can download those web browsers. So if you head over to google.com, or if you just search for download Chrome, you'll be given this page. So just go to your desired tab. If you're running this on a personal computer, then choose for this, or for mobile, you can choose it from your mobile's version. And if you go for Opera, then go for, because I'm running this on a Mac, you'll be if you're running your system, if you are on a system that's also Mac, it'll be redirected to a page that has this download link for Mac. So you'll find that on opera.com/computer/Mac. And to download Mozilla, you can do all this downloading stuff in two ways. Just Google up. If you want to download Mozilla, just write download Mozilla Firefox. Or if you want to download it directly with the link, I'll be providing all these links at the bottom on the descriptions and the descriptions section. So don't worry, I'll be giving you all this along with the IDs that we'll be discussing shortly. Now, if you want to download this Mozilla browser, please head over to mozilla.org, and you don't need to worry about this entire creepy string. I'll be giving you the link, so just head over to the description part of this video and click on the link below. Now let's move on to so here it is. It's for Google Chrome and it's for personal computers. So the latest version, so I'm running this on a MacBook, so Google is asking me to download it for Mac OS X. But if you're running this on a Windows system, it will tell you to download it for a Windows. And if you're on another platform like Linux, it will also ask you to download it for Linux. So it's really simple. Just click on it and you will be readily prompted to a download section. It will start download automatically. You'll just need to install it, and it's really simple. Now let's move get back to our presentation. Now, we need to discuss some more things about this scripting language, the server-side scripting languages. Now, we talked about two forms of interaction. The first form was the static interaction, and it did not require any sort of logic behind the scene. It did not require any sort of database interactions. And we also talked about another one, which is known as the dynamic interaction, because it's utilizing the power of a programming language to provide the logic to interact with databases and to provide any other sort of HTTP response through a programming perspective. Now, aside from these browsers, there are languages which are known as server-side scripting languages. They only operate, they're only geared towards operating on the server's server. So when we talk about the server has a separate environment for itself. It has separate language, it has separate engines like the database engines to store information. Now, to manipulate all this information at runtime or dynamically, we need a scripting language, we need a programming language. So don't get scared when I talk about scripting language. Scripting languages are basically programming languages that are geared towards providing logic for the server. It tells the server in an intelligent way what to do and what not to do when a request has been received from a user. So there are few major scripting or programming languages that are available in the market. Most of them are open source. What I mean by open source is that you'll get them freely. You don't need to buy anything, you don't need to have a commercial license, you won't run into any copyright problems. But one of them has to be obtained with a commercial license. You need to pay for it. So there is another language which is known as CFML, or Cold Fusion Markup Language. Although it says it's a markup language, but it's basically a scripting language or a programming language. And if you're really interested to know about this programming language, the Adobe Cold Fusion Markup Language, then I have a video series dedicated entirely from the beginner's level to an advanced level of this CFML language. So please head over to it. It's free, it's on YouTube, you can watch it anytime you want. If you're really interested, please like my videos and please subscribe. Now let's get back to this section. The major scripting languages that are being used are the PHP and the ASP.NET. Perhaps ASP, you will see pages with the extension called .php. The most widely used scripting language, the server-side scripting language, is PHP. It comes, it's open source, which is free. You don't need to buy any sort of license to use that language. We're not going to look at how to use scripting language in our HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript course, but we will certainly have some introductory look at how to use a client-side scripting language. So basically we're looking at something that only deals with the server section. The server-side scripting language deals how the server is going to interact at HTTP request and how it is going to respond to such HTTP response requests that are sent by the client. There are scripting languages only geared towards manipulating what the user is doing on the browser. So those languages are called client-side scripting languages. So we'll be discussing about that. Now, there is another language which has gained popularity in recent years because of a platform named Ruby on Rails. So it's basically written on Ruby. If you know about a website called github.com, it's a repository website where you will find open source to paid code um, code projects. So github.com was written with Ruby. Ruby also comes